The ayes are 186, the nays are 238. The motion is not adopted. For what purpose does the gentleman from Washington rise?
Madam Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to speak out of order for 1 minute.
Is recognized.
I want to first of all thank the entire staff of the House Appropriations Committee for the fantastic work they have done. No one better exemplifies those qualities than Mr. John Blasey. One of the best moves we made was to steal him away from the Senate Budget Committee. Next week, Blasey will end his 20-year career with the committee, where he worked on 5 different subcommittees and holds the distinction to have been named the Transportation Subcommittee's staff director at the youngest age. His knowledge of process and substance is matched only by his style and party. Blasey and his elf costume will be missed. I yield back my time.
Will the gentleman yield?
For what purpose does the gentleman from Kentucky rise?
Let me yield to the distinguished chairman of the committee.
Let me associate myself with the remarks of my friend and thank John Blasey for his long tenure and service here in this great body, and best wishes for the future. To all the rest of you, I think you've done yourselves proud this week. I think the House distinguished itself, and I thank you, especially this terrific staff that made all of this happen. Thank you very much.
Without objection, 5-minute voting will continue. The question is on the passage of the bill. Under Clause 10 of Rule 20, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
The House is still working on passing H.R. 1. It's a bill introduced by Republicans to reduce federal spending for the current fiscal year by about $61 billion from current levels. It's about $100 billion less than the president's original request for fiscal year 2011. A number of the amendments that were approved yesterday would block federal funding for the implementation of the new health care law. One of those from Montana Republican Denny Rehberg would prohibit the Labor and Health and Human Services departments from spending any money for the rest of the fiscal year on the health care law. And then Republican Steve King of Iowa offered 2 amendments, one banning any federal funding from implementation of the law, and another to ban the salary of any federal employee to implement the law. We're bringing you some of the final vote here on H.R. 1, and you're watching live coverage on C-SPAN.
On this vote, the yeas are 235, the nays are 189. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Pursuant to 22 U.S.C. 1928A, in the order of the House on January 5, 2011, the Chair announces the Speaker's appointment of the following member of the House to the United States Group of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly.
Mr. David Scott of Georgia in lieu of Representative Austin Scott of Georgia.
The Chair lays before the House the following communication.
The Honorable, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Sir, pursuant to Section 4B of the House Resolution 5, 111th Congress, I am writing to appoint the following members to the House Democracy Partnership. The Honorable Susan Davis of California in lieu of the Honorable Donald Payne of New Jersey. The Honorable Gwen Moore of Wisconsin in lieu of the Honorable Allison Swartz of Pennsylvania. Thank you for your attention to this appointment. Signed sincerely, Nancy Pelosi, House Democratic Leader.
The Chair lays before the House the following personal communications.
Leaves of absence requested for Ms. McCollum of Minnesota for today and the balance of the week, and Mr. Peters of Michigan for today after 8:00 p.m., and Mr. Quayle of Arizona for today and the balance of the week.
Without objection, requests are granted. For what purpose does the gentleman from Pennsylvania rise?
For the purpose of adjournment.
Does the gentleman have a motion?
I do. Madam Speaker, pursuant to House Concurrent Resolution 17, 112 Congress, I move that the House do now adjourn.
The question is on the motion to adjourn. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. Accordingly, pursuant to House Concurrent Resolution 17, 112th Congress, the House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. on Monday, February 28, 2011.